Hi, and welcome to this tutorial. I'm Don from DxO, and today I want to share with you some workflow ideas for using PureRAW alongside Affinity Photo. PureRAW is a super flexible tool, so of course there are different ways to work with it. The first way I'd like to share is actually done without launching the standalone application. You can just navigate within your operating system to the photos that you want to work with. Select one or more of them, and right-click. Now there is an extra step in Windows 11, but so long as they're RAW files, you should see some different processing options for PureRAW 4. In this case, I'll choose the new DeepPRIME XD2, and I'll choose my output to be JPEG. PureRAW will set to work. When the processing is complete, just open your optimized files in Affinity Photo, and now you're ready to continue your editing. Another workflow you can use is to launch PureRAW as a standalone application. This will give you access to the queuing system, live preview, batch renaming, and more control over the settings, including the new DeepPRIME XD2. So I've got PureRAW open, and I'll just load some images into the lightbox. Next, I need to select one or more images that I want to process in this batch, and come down here to Process. Now there is a separate tutorial on all of these different process settings. For now, I'll just come up here and have a look at my output settings. I know that I'd like to have JPEG output, and I can see here that that is chosen. So I'll just scroll down, and I can see in the export dialog that Affinity Photo is already chosen. If I click that, you can see there are a number of items there. I have added most of those items. Only Adobe Lightroom Classic and Adobe Photoshop will show up automatically if you have them installed. So in order to add a new application, you just come down here to the Select Software choice. That will open up a dialog so you can navigate to and find the executable file. Now Affinity Photo 2 is a little bit difficult to locate. I'm going to put up on the screen the title of a YouTube video that's really helpful in locating the executable file for Affinity Photo 2. The other thing I'll just quickly mention is don't export after processing. Sometimes you might choose that here, and I'll show you a little tip about that in just a minute. But for now, we'll come down to Affinity Photo 2, and I'll go ahead and first click Apply, and now over to Process Now. Once processing is complete, PureRAW will hand the files over to Affinity Photo, where you can continue your editing. Now I mentioned before that sometimes you might choose Don't Export After Processing, and if that's the case, you'll come back to the lightbox. But you can still send this to an application just by coming to a processed image, right-clicking, and choosing Export to Application. In this case, I'll choose Affinity Photo 2 and click Export. And now you're ready to continue your editing in Affinity Photo. If you have any questions, feel free to visit our website, DxO.com. Thanks for watching.